Hello and welcome to episode 15 of Queerly Biz for Rainbow Assured. My name is Kerry King and today we have...
David Mills. Hello,
David
everyone.
Mills.
Hello.
And we also have...
Producer Cal,
who's sitting in the background and with his lovely knees on display.
Yes, very pale knees because I don't
knees.
go outside.
You know, there's that medical condition called snow blindness that skiers get. I think people are going to get that like when they see your knees. But I have my midriff out during the week, and I think they'll probably get the same condition from that.
Is this podcast called Queerly Biz or Queerly Bullying?
But also,
It's not bullying, you're my bestie. I get to say these things.
Summer,
Yes.
and it's Norwich. There's no snow.
No, but that's what I'm saying. His knees are so white
You need to have
that there could be like a sudden influx of Norwich.
My knees are so white they eat chicken without any seasoning.
Ooh.
I love that. Right, okay. Moving on to
My
Queerly.
knees are so white they clap the plane lands.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, you can stay. All right, fine. Okay, Dave.
Hello.
David.
Oh, it can be a Dave or a David.
Never called you Dave before. I might start.
All right, Dave.
Well, when I...
It's like a builder.
It's very laddie, isn't it? Oh, Dave.
Oh, that's definitely not me. I'm definitely not laddie.
You're not... No. You're
Not at
probably
all.
quite possibly the least laddie bloke I know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, hi.
Yes, that's exactly what you're like. Now, can you tell me also the name of your alter ego?
Oh, my alter ego, darling, is Ginger Snapz with a Z.
Ginger Snapz with a Z, and you are a drag queen with a beard.
Part-time. No,
Part-time
not even
drag
part-time. I dabble.
You
Forget RuPaul's Drag Race. That's like, I'm in the upper echelons. No, I dabble.
You dabble.
And it's great fun. And I've always said, when I was a kid, I used to dress up.
You've got some amazing dresses.
Well, thank you. Outfits.
Outfits,
I
yes.
haven't tried the corset on yet.
Ooh. You are skinny enough, though, let's be honest. There's not a lot there to kind of suck in.
No, thank you.
If I wore a corset, it would be like them pork joints you see in Tesco's with the string round it.
I would love to see you in drag, Callum.
Well, that might be a conversation for another episode.
Wow.
Rainbow Assured Charity Night featuring producer Cal.
There is a picture somewhere.
Oh my God, please can we see?
I genuinely don't know
Yes,
where it is.
please.
He's hoping. So when I was at festival last weekend singing, and I wore this sort of netty type top over it, like blue one over a pink camisole, you tit.
Oh, that's got water all over me.
It's not a bit wet.
Start how we mean to go on.
Oh,
I know, right?
My goodness.
Do you
this
want
is
to do it up properly? Because I can see through here the lid does not turn up properly.
No, it's not. Okay, let's
So what I was going to say is it was really hot
I'm
at
going
the
to put it on
weekend.
the other side so it's not all over this.
Electronics.
Yeah, please don't do
plus
that.
it's
No,
just-
I'm going to put it over there.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, that's lovely.
And then I realised that I was going to get tan lines and it was going to look like I was wearing a string vest, which I don't think can be a good thing.
That is not a
It's
look,
like
darling.
Onslow from...
I went to a gay wedding at the weekend.
Did you?
I forgot to tell you. And one of the brides had a lovely lace work over her shoulders, but hadn't put sun cream on. So she had this lovely lace pattern burnt into her shoulders. It was quite funny.
That is hilarious.
Oh, that's lovely.
It was a gay wedding. So a wedding gay.
Was
Happy
it your
wedding
first
gay.
one?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he didn't come to my wedding. I didn't know him, to be fair.
We hadn't met in
He
Gerald's
didn't come
at
to
that
the
point.
next one.
You went in Gerald's?
Yeah, we did meet in Gerald's,
We did
didn't
meet in Gerald's. Yes. Anyway.
So, Ginger Snaps, the icon.
Ginger Snapz, yes.
So, yes, I dabble.
Gay icon?
Well, if you would say I'm a gay icon.
I think you're a gay icon.
Thank you.
When people have asked who I've got coming on the podcast this time, I frequently tell everyone I know that you are quite possibly the nicest man in the entire world.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Because you're an absolute sweetheart.
Oh.
And I think you're a bit of a Norwich unsung hero because you do so much for the community and you absolutely push and champion people in the community. And I just feel like you don't get enough recognition for it. So this is your recognition. This is my gay icon hero award.
Oh,
that I
thank
don't
you so much.
have. That is imaginary.
I must say, though, off air, when we were getting all the kits set up, I did say, oh my goodness. I walked into the studio and said, oh, it's like how they do the podcast.
Yes,
this
I know.
This is a
Magical,
podcast.
this is a
the
podcast.
podcast.
Yes.
And then I said, oh, I saw the cameras. And then I said, oh, it's just like how they do it.
I know. It's so exciting.
This is my
But
first podcast.
I have had several people coming where it's been their first podcast, and they have been
exciting.
quite excited by how professional setup is and
I
how
think
they
I'm really
recognise it.
impressed.
Are you impressed?
Very impressed.
Well, I set it up myself, so I don't really feel like I can.
Are you
Be
impressed by
impressed.
me?
Yeah, always.
Oh, thanks.
I'm impressed by the content, but I'm always
Maybe
nitpicking.
not today.
I'm nitpicking the camera setup as I always do.
Yes, well,
the
that's your
camera's
job.
fine. It's just got a red light on.
As long as you're not physically picking nits off the cameras, because
Oh no.
that's not ideal, is it?
Okay,
Anyway.
can I say, I don't know what's happened, but I swear when I talk, I just get camper.
You do. You absolutely do.
I get
I think
excited.
quite possibly Cal gets camper as well, but not as camp as you. Because
Producer Cal. Oh, I like saying that.
yes,
Oh, Producer
Yes.
Cal. Do you think, how camp do you get?
you do get quite camp.
Well,
I mean, to the point that I always assumed you were gay until I found out you had a girlfriend.
That gave it away.
Oh, actually, I met Beth on the first time I met you at Gerald's.
you
didn't
met
I?
Beth 10 minutes after you'd met me.
Yeah,
and
I
and you still
still
thought I was gay.
yeah.
Okay.
You just kind of give
I
off.
think, I mean, I did
But
a lot
then
of
you're-
musical theatre as a kid,
Ooh, my favourite topic.
and
Musical theatre.
Glitter is just sound that did musical theatre at college.
I love
that
that.
sounds like a really shit Facebook thing that you'd see with, like, I don't know, an AI generated.
It wasn't. It was
Thing.
before AI. Someone
Okay.
actually thought that one up.
Producer Cal, I must
Yes.
ask you.
Yes. I love
What-
how this is now
I
all
think
about me.
No, this is we will come back to.
You.
Well, you're part of this.
I feel like I'm at a job interview now.
Okay,
A gay,
let me
gay
guess.
job
Let's get on
interview.
it. Let's play a game. Let's guess what shows Producer Cal was in when you were young.
Oh, God, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I think Bugsy Malone.
No.
Oliver.
No.
What, as the
I filmed
Beadle?
Oliver. I filmed a performance of Oliver.
What, in like the West End?
No, in Lowestoft.
Well, tomatoes,
Close
tomatoes.
enough.
Do you know what,
Yeah.
they're a very good theatre company.
Potatoes, potatoes. So do
Very,
I.
very good.
Yes, they've just performed Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They were excellent. The vegetable seller was hilarious.
Okay, can I just say, you don't know, Kerry was in this production.
I know, and I might have also been a vegetable seller. It was brilliant.
Vegetable seller.
Vegetables.
Vegetable seller does sound like a euphemism for, it's like, that sounds like something my nan would say instead of saying the word gay.
Oh,
She was a vegetable seller.
I could see that. I mean, I literally took broccoli everywhere with me and cabbage.
Again,
That
sounds
could
like a
also be a
euphemism.
euphemism, yeah. I mean, that's also the reason I have green hair at the moment, because I played Mrs. Green, even though they put a brown wig on me.
Brilliant.
Sort of defeat the point, but I just wanted to get into the groove. And actually now people say they prefer it to the blue, which I don't know what to do, but
Well,
I
your
do like the
t-shirt,
green.
your look today, let's just talk about this. Your look is very lovely. It's very
Thank
summer where
you.
you got the green hair. Let me just describe if you're not, well, I was going to
For our
There is a
audio
camera.
listeners,
your
Yes.
audio listeners.
all three of them.
Is that how many people we've got?
don't know.
Well,
I've not looked at the data recently. We get
I should do
it's
that.
for the shorts. We get a lot
Yeah.
more views on the shorts.
yeah, you got a lovely butterfly top on.
Yes, lovely butterfly top. Got my shoulders out, you see.
Ooh.
My shoulders are my,
You-
you know when you ask people questions to get to know them, generally when you're dating them. And so my favourite question to ask is always, what is your favourite part of your own body? And my answer for that is my shoulders. And it's because I got freckles, and I love freckles, and I
me
like
too.
my shoulders.
I love freckles too.
What is
Anyway,
your favourite part of your body?
I was about to say, let's go back to trying to work out what shows Producer Cal was in, but
I don't think this line of questioning is very fair because for the first, I did every year my high school would do a big summer show, and they still do, and I now go back and film it and design the
fun.
programs
Cool.
and do all the photography and things like that. I'm actually going back in a couple of weeks. They're doing Wizard of Oz this year.
Excellent.
But for the first 3 years that I was there, our media teacher wrote his own scripts that we performed as like a jukebox musical.
Okay.
oh, fun.
So the first year I did was called Twist and Shout, and it was a 50s themed thing,
Excellent.
in which I played a very, very gay coded. The character description literally said Noel Coward. So it was. I had a fake cigarette in a cigarette holder, like a very
Excellent.
Audrey Hepburn cigarette holder. and I had a lot of different. I basically had a costume change every scene to go to wear a different, like, to change my blazer and cravat and things like that.
Nice.
And then
Fashionista.
second show we did was called Pirates of Atlantis, I think, and I played a very sort of eccentric sort of like governor, like Governor Swan from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I would want to be a mermaid in that production.
Yes, that doesn't surprise me at all.
If you were a mermaid, what colour would your tail be?
A rainbow, like a rainbow
that's
fish.
very true.
Whereas I would actually have like blue, green, and purple because mermaid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
favourite body part, you said?
yes, favourite body part of yours,
Yuck.
of your own body.
I love my...
It's so predictable.
What did you say?
What did you think he said?
I didn't say anything. I said eyes.
Naked, you say it began with a C.
Yes, we'll give you one guess. Anyway,
Calves.
yours, calves. That's it.
Yeah.
Cheeks.
Oh.
Come on, your favourite body part of your own body? Must be in there somewhere.
I never really thought about it.
All right. Well, you can think about
I
it during the session, and then you can let me know later.
I think... Well, I always make a joke about my hair because I'm very balding.
I was going to say I can't really see it from here.
I like... It's very Ginger Snapz on brand, actually. Because I really love my gingerness and my... things that ginger things.
Gingerness.
Yeah.
Gingers. Excellent.
But now... I saw a picture of myself and like the back of my head, and that bald patch is getting bigger and bigger. I literally said, I think I'm turning into like a monk.
Friar Tuck. I was just going to say Friar Tuck.
Max from the Tweenies.
Oh!
Amazing. So on that note, we're back to queer bullying again, apparently. So I have a question. What do you do for your 9-to-5 job?
Oh. Well, I work in social care.
Excellent.
It's very worthwhile. I work with people with disabilities, namely like younger people and their families.
For the council?
For the council, for Norfolk County Council. And we're what you call the transition team. So basically, I get to speak to loads of people. So it's like my favourite thing.
Yes, I can imagine that. It is literally talking your job, because then that would be fine because you would be working all the time. But I would imagine if you have to do any paperwork, you would spend most of your time talking.
I do paperwork.
And you said porking.
But basically, it's really worthwhile, and I do lots of signposting, and we speak to lots of families, and then it helps my colleagues with the next part of their work.
Cool. And do you enjoy it?
I love it.
How long have you done it for?
3 or 4 years. No, I say 3 or 4 years because I was in a temporary position in that team, and then that turned into a permanent. So
they liked you. You got to stay.
Yes.
And do your colleagues go and see you when you do drag?
Sometimes.
Excellent. And what is their general feeling?
They love it.
Oh, good. You are very amusing as a drag artist.
Thank you.
I like watching you.
I told my boss, we went out for a do on last Friday, and I told my boss, and everyone was like, oh, come along to the bingo. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And then he was like, oh, well, I don't think David really wants me to go, because I was being a bit, bashful, I think the word is. Like,
the idea
demure,
of you being
quiet.
bashful, demure.
Anyway.
Quite surprised you know what that means.
And then he said, what's your drag name? And I was like, it's Ginger Snapz with a Z. And he was like, oh, and he thought it was really funny and like it's really good. So that's a good sign. But they're very supportive.
Good.
It's a lovely team, and we help each other out all the time, and we talk about like how life is at home, and we support each other as well as in the job.
Who do you live with?
My mum and my dad.
You do. Your mum and dad are absolutely lovely. Do you have any pets?
No.
No.
I used to.
Oh,
I used to have a hamster. Okay, this is just...
I sort of feel like this is going to be one of those, like, when I ended up in A&E stories.
No, it was not that. No.
This one involves a hamster and a hollowed out Pringles tube.
No, it was not that. Producer Cal. No. So...
Now,
he's very old and he died.
Well, it's fair enough.
But
the
name was, he's called Bobo.
Bobo.
I mean, come on.
What, like the gorilla? Or like a...
Who's a hamster? We didn't have a gorilla.
No, but
like-
as in the gorilla, because there was a gorilla called Bobo. Was there?
I don't know.
No, I'm thinking of a bonobo, I think. I'm just going to shut up.
They are very cool animals, actually. Very
Do you mean
similar to.
hamsters or gorillas?
No, like
bonobos.
Bonobo apes are very close to humans, actually.
They are. Yes.
According to a quick Google search, bobo is a word used to describe the socio-economic bourgeoisie bohemian group in France.
Now
Really?
Now we know. Kind
Well, I
of
did not
like
know
boho is here, I suppose, and
It's
bobo.
also used to describe a stupid or naive person in some languages. Make of that what you will.
Wow. I did not know that. But
Amazing.
as the animal, as the creature, I think they're amazing.
Hang on, are we still on about
Bonobos.
bonobos?
Yeah.
Hamsters?
No, bonobos. But I only had my hamster for 2 years, and
Oh.
they didn't live long. But
No.
I was very young. I was very young.
Right. Yes, my hamster was called Fuzzy.
That's more a proper name.
And they,
That's a bonobo.
That is a
yes,
bonobo.
bonobos
We're
are
looking at
gorgeous.
the
I'll put
the
a picture up.
yes. Now, yes, you know, when you get those kind of Facebook things that say, you know, your porn star name is.
Oh god.
And mine, and it was supposed to be like your first pet's name and your mum's maiden name.
Oh no.
So mine was always, which I thought was a pretty
Oh,
good
let's
porn
change
name.
that to your drag queen name or drag king name, your drag performer name.
Well, that would still make me drag.
Okay.
So,
my one's really rubbish. Is you? What is it? So your
Your first pet's name,
first pet's name and
Bobo,
yes.
and then your mum's maiden name.
Oh no, I thought it was your street.
Oh, yeah, sometimes it is, yeah. But King is better for me, I guess, as a drag
What
king.
would your one be, Cal?
So what is it? The
Your
name
first
of my
pet.
first pet.
And your mum's maiden name.
Oh my god!
That's a pretty good one.
Presenting to the stage.
It's and
Okay,
but that's
producer-
the street. That's not your
the
mum's
cow.
maiden name.
No, that's my house. That's my my street. Was
Yeah,
my mum's
street.
maiden name? It's not really good.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
it is good, but it doesn't really. It doesn't sound like a drag.
this is
Former
this is
name.
straying into identity theft there, isn't it?
GDPR.
Hang on, I might cut all of that because your first pet's name and your mum's maiden name are common security questions.
Yeah,
that
but
you
my
must
they
do.
mum's
are as
maiden
well.
name is now my name because I took
Yeah,
my
but it's
mum's
not
maiden
mine.
name.
They are the answers I put for security questions.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have
Fine,
to bleep
you have to
that.
cut that
though.
bit out.
I'll bleep it. I won't cut it out.
Oh, okay,
'cause
yes,
this is
bleep
comedy
it,
gold.
yes.
But
Yeah.
but I'll just bleep it.
Excellent. So my next question was pronouns, please.
Yes, he, him.
Okay. And how do you identify within the LGBTQ community?
Gay.
Gay. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know
I
what.
thought you were going to ask me about like my pronouns when I'm in drag.
Oh, I can do. What pronouns does Ginger Snapz go by?
Well, it's really interesting because it changes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I do go if I was writing something down, like for a bio on like the Not Chart Centre website, then it'll be like she, her. Sometimes if someone says he, him, I don't mind. If it's they, them,
Mm-hmm.
I really don't mind.
So it can be a variety.
It could be anything, like because
Answer to most things.
I find it's more. I don't know. I find it's. That's what I was going to say earlier, actually. So when I was a kid, I was always dressing up. Always, it was a classic, putting on the little shows for my parents, all of that stuff. And I just haven't
Really
stopped
stopped
that. Well, no, actually, if you've seen the film version that everyone's talking about Jamie, they say that. There's a lovely quote in it where Jamie says to his friend Pretty, if you know the show, that he said, "Do you remember? Like, we just haven't finished dressing up." And
Leave the mic where it is.
I nearly knocked it over. And yeah, and I go by that statement.
I mean, I guess in a similar way that I did the same thing because I'm very much, I always was putting on shows for my parents and I've grown up and I now do musical theatre on stage. I mean, only amateur, but
Don't say that. You're very good.
I am now lead singer in a band. That's very exciting.
are?
Called Paint the Sky.
Oh, is that what you called it?
Paint the Sky.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. And ideally, for someone who loves rainbows, that's a really good name.
That's
I didn't
really
think it up,
perfect.
but
I
like
do
Paint the Sky.
think, like, as queer people, like, we've gone through a bit of a wobbly time for some of us, actually. So now when you find, like, your sort of tribe, I'm also the chair of the Neurodiversity Employee Network at work. And
I was going to say, we have like crossover tribes.
We do,
so
yeah, we do.
we're
And
both LGBTQ and we're both very definitely neurodiverse.
yeah. And
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Well, I was just thinking to myself, I didn't know if you count yourself as LGBTQ or just an ally.
Yeah.
Ultimately an ally, don't you?
Yeah.
But then I, obviously think that you are.
Thank you.
There's a little bit of ND in there
There's a
somewhere.
splash of the tism, just a little,
flash of autism.
just little.
Got arisen with the tism.
Yeah.
And someone said to me a few months ago, like they found their tribes. I really like that analogy. It's particularly, with neurodiversity or like the LGBT community. I'm sure we've seen on the news like what's happening to trans people. Like we need to find our families and our tribes.
Yeah.
And some families, like your birth family, like I'm really lucky. We've got a really loving community there. But I know not everyone is. Has those things.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very lucky that my parents are very supportive and my family have never kind of had issue with it. But I also recognise that I am not the majority, that a lot of people also, obviously have problems. And some people, kind of get disowned from their families. And I'm fairly sure my parents have tried to disown me in the past, but just not for that reason. And they haven't got rid of me yet. So.
And that's why charities like Albert Kennedy Trust are really important.
The what trust?
Albert Kennedy Trust.
Albert Kennedy. I've never heard of that.
Haven't you never heard of Albert Kennedy Trust? So they, AQT, they support young people with if they're like homeless or they're LGBT young people, and if they're having like housing problems and when
I did my launch for Rainbow Assured, one of the facts that I gave out at the time was that it was quite a recent stat, and I know there's a large discrepancy in the number, but obviously it's a kind of guessed number. They reckon 25% to 40% of homeless young people are LGBTQ. And my friend of mine said, "Oh yes, but that's it's a really wide statistic." And I said, "Well, this thing is quite hard to survey those people and find that out for definite. But either way, 25% is still a really large amount of young people to be homeless if they're LGBTQ. Just because it goes up to 40%, which is a massive statistic. The fact that even if you took it as the lowest statistic, it's a big number, and it's sad that anyone ends up in that situation. But I feel particularly for our community members because they already have difficulties and in their identity and potential confusion over their orientation. And then if you add into that, homelessness, it just is so difficult for people. Now, you're very clearly neurodiverse.
Was that obvious?
Do you have because I got my diagnosis only a few weeks ago. Do you have an official diagnosis?
Yeah, I do. Really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me
years
that.
ago.
Yeah. It was about 3-4 weeks ago. I got my official qualification. I mean, to be fair, I'm calling it a qualification rather than a diagnosis.
I've never heard of it called a qualification.
Well, that's just me. I mean, I keep saying, I've got letters after my name, Kerry King, ADHD. To people like, no, Kerry, that's a diagnosis, not a qualification. Like, no.
Oh, like when you get a PhD or something,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
all the
letters after your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just ADHD. So I got like the combined doodah of like the impulsivity and the hyperactivity, and I had to do went through psychiatry doodah to be diagnosed, and the guy ended up saying to me that initially he couldn't give me the diagnosis because I didn't have enough questions filled in about my time as a youth, because my parents couldn't remember kind of my everyday behaviour when I was younger. To be fair, they're in their 70s. They would kill me for saying that. But both 73, and they just couldn't remember what I did kind of on an everyday when I was a kid. Whereas I was able to answer, as obviously I remember my experiences a lot more clearly. And the guy had said to me, right, I'll send you a form that you can fill in about your youth, and assuming that your answers reflect what you've just told me, then I can give you your diagnosis. So he sent the form, filled it in, had a call with him 2 days later, and he said, you are so ADHD that you probably want to be looking at your parents and going, okay, which one of you gave it to me? Or both. And there was a score, like the test that I'd done that he'd sent me, it said the average score to have ADHD diagnosed was 46 and I was 61. And he was just like, it's not rocket scientist. You're definitely ADHD.
So how do you feel
Thanks very
then
much.
with, I know this is your podcast, but I'm really interested in this. How do you feel now you've got a diagnosis? It's like sort of confirmed.
It's really helpful.
Is it?
Really helpful. I mean, I think obviously part of it is because I'm 43 and I feel like I've been dealing with this my whole life and I didn't know why. And I just thought, I heard a really good analogy and I think it's been used quite a lot at the moment, but I find it very helpful, which is I find it really helpful to know that I am in fact a zebra when I've spent years feeling like a failed horse.
Oh, that's a lovely analogy.
And I'm now looking for books that I want my parents to read and so that they realise that this is something that I've been physically struggling with and mentally struggling with my whole life. And I'm so relieved to know that, although I wouldn't want anyone else to feel like this, I'm relieved to know that they do, and it's not just me, because I've spent years thinking I'm just a total failure. And now I know...
It's like that confirmation of like, actually there's something going on and I can get the right support. Again, you can
exactly.
find your tribe.
And I know a lot of people say, and we've had this on here before, people don't like a label, they don't like a box. I like that because I think if I know what I've got, if I know that this is like a brain developmental condition or disorder or whatever, then it's something that I can then go, oh, okay, this is good. I have a name for it, therefore I can Google it and research it and find out what other people do to help them. And when I didn't have that name for it, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So for me, a label for me is clarity. Ironically, I have a real, what's the word, kind of phobia, I guess, about actual sticky labels.
Really?
Yes. If they come anywhere near me, I get very worked up and I get a little bit angry. I've got, rage, label rage. Whereas when it comes to actual, like, mental labels, I need that. That is something I need. So do you like a label? Do you mind having
I do
a label?
like a label, because I think it means you can get the right support.
Yeah, absolutely. So have you been given a particular diagnosis? Obviously, you're a lot younger. I don't know if it was a thing when you were...
Thank you.
Did you get your diagnosis at school?
No. I was... Okay, I'll tell the story. So I was diagnosed with dyspraxia. And I'll come back to that, but the definitions changed a lot over the last few years. So I was diagnosed with dyspraxia when I was, between the ages of 4 and 5.
Okay.
That was... It's interesting looking back on it, because I don't really remember that time. And I think we're talking about, like, families and stuff, and I think mum and dad just sort of... Well, I can't really remember, but I know we went to like speech therapy and the doctors diagnosed it and stuff. And then when I was in primary school, I remember having speech therapy then, and that's all that.
Do you know what it was that you specifically had problems?
I knew
with?
I knew it took me a year to walk.
Okay.
Which was this is what you see. Because we don't remember these things, but had we told?
Yeah.
It was such a long time ago. I've always said that I've had my diagnosis for like 36 years. Wasn't 36, but also like when you look back, actually I'm sure there were times when I was like from birth to
when you were diagnosed.
Before, when I was diagnosed, and it was, they're little things.
Yeah.
So with dyspraxia, a lot of people before, that in the diagnostic manuals, it's called DCD. But the term which is used more commonly is dyspraxia. And I always say this wrong. I hope I'm going to say it right. It's I'm trying to say it.
And then what's DCD?
It's developmental. I can't say it. It's because there's cameras and everything.
Development.
Thank you. Developmental coordination disorder.
Oh, okay.
Can you please say that so you can actually hear it?
Developmental coordination disorder.
There you
to
go.
be fair, that's quite a few really big words.
Really
and given that if you've gone to speech therapy in the past anyway, I can't imagine any of those are particularly
It's
easy to say.
not ironic. I had speech therapy and I do get some words like muddled up. Like I can't say tobrelo. I can't say tobrelo.
No, clearly not.
Now.
Toblerone, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that there are old words. But what's really funny, I've never thought about it like this. I could talk for England. So,
It's true, yeah. I mean, speech therapy clearly worked for you. It didn't stop you.
No, it did not. But what I was going back to was that when people were looking at dyspraxia years and years ago, it was very much like hand-eye coordination.
Right.
It was the classic things. So it was like I couldn't really play sport. I was dropping like, you know, rugby balls, footballs. I'm just not coordinated.
Okay.
And all of that sort of thing, like, you know, mobility. But also now, as I've like learned about my dyspraxia, I went through access to work as well, and I did some what was it called? Some you know, strategy coaching, they call it.
Yeah.
So I learned more about it, and now I'm really like proud of my you know, my diagnosis and my disability. I do call it a disability. Some people don't like calling it a disability, but I call it a neurodiversity and a disability. And now I can help other people, and like I said, I love being involved in the neurodiversity network at work, and we do loads of stuff, and it's great. And
so dyspraxia does come under the neurodiversity
it does,
range, doesn't it?
Very much so, very much so.
And something we sort of briefly talked about before you came on, but I wanted to obviously go back to it and talk more about it, is your recent achievement of passing your driving test.
I passed my driving test.
Well done.
Thank you. It's a massive thing.
And especially, obviously, with dyspraxia.
Yeah.
I mean, given somebody with coordination issues, like a metal killing machine, I would say
I don't call it that.
But obviously that you're giving someone who already is diagnosed as having issues in that area, coordinating themselves and coordinating something that is then within their grasp, has got to be a real challenge.
Yeah, it was.
How long were you learning for?
Well, off and on.
Yeah.
So I think it's about 4 years. But I did have another driving instructor, but he semi-retired, and then he is retired. And on the day of
Was it because of you?
No, it was not because of me.
He's only 36.
No, he's much older. But Howard, like, I actually called Howard that day. I passed and I said, hi. He didn't know who it was. And I said, hi, it's David Mills. Like, you know, you got me on this journey. I want to tell you I passed my test. And he was like, you've made my day.
Oh, that's really good.
And I passed with a guy called Scott Barrett, who is a local driving instructor in Norwich. And honestly, we went through it. Like, I mean,
I'm guessing that you now recommend this guy and advocate for him because he obviously managed to get you through.
Yeah, with Scott, like, he's very knowledgeable about neurodiversity. That's his specialism, you could say. He's like done training in autism and learning lots of things. So now, you know, he knows about, you know, he knows how to support people with neurodiversity.
Does he go by Scott Barrett? Is that the name of his company?
Yeah.
Right.
So if you look up Scott Barrett, like automatic driving tuition.
Okay.
I haven't said to Scott, can I just mention you? But I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I think it's important because we're talking about neurodiversity, and neurodiversity is really common within the LGBTQ community. And if we're talking about local people, I would like the people to have local ambassadors who actively specialise and help people.
Thank you. It's about... Yeah, it's really interesting because it was difficult, but I'm really proud that I achieved it. But there are some days that I didn't think I could do it, or I might have forgotten something. And this is really an interesting, nice segue, actually, when we talk about the changes of dyspraxia. So now there's a lot of, like, brain fog. There's a lot of, like, just getting your words muddled up. That was a classic, actually.
Yes, I
suppose.
That
was a classic. Like, I don't know if you saw that. I just knocked the microphone. So I am very dyspraxic. Like, I might knock things, but with
I guess there's other things that are now recognised as being part of it, as opposed to like the diagnosis changing as much. It's more the fact that people have gone, okay, actually, the people who we previously diagnosed have also got these symptoms, and so have 80% of these other people. So let's include it in the diagnosis.
And it's really important to remember that. I think the word I used after I passed my test. And I was talking to friends and people about this, and I said it's resilience. Like, dyspraxic people and neurodivergent people as well have resilience. We keep going with it.
Yeah. So,
like, some days I found it really difficult. Some days we used a lot of muscle memory in the learning, and that really helped. And now, like, I've sort of done it, and it's great. It's the 14th of May. I passed my test.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. And
I was so proud of you when I saw that. I was like, oh, that is so cool.
Oh.
I'm really chuffed for you, because I know that it's a challenge for people who aren't dyspraxic.
No,
so for
it's
somebody
like doubly difficult.
Yeah.
Yes.
one of the things I was going to mention is that when you said about muscle memory, it's a really interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I struggle with is, I mean, with neurodiversity and with perimenopause and with fibromyalgia, is brain fog.
Yeah.
And I am now singing more often than I was, and I need to obviously learn lyrics, which is harder for me because I have 3 conditions that increase my brain fog, and I get there and go, oh, and it just. But now I'm relying on muscle memory. So
it's rinse and repeat, isn't it?
Yeah. So when a song starts, even if I'm thinking I don't even know what song this is, as it gets to a certain point, it's like the muscles in my mouth kind of take over and they know what words to form.
Yeah, that's muscle memory.
Yeah, it's been really interesting, and it's been so helpful. And I don't actually know what I'd have done without it. And I have to. I don't read music. I'm trying to learn, but I'm getting to the point where I realise how much my body, how many adaptations I've already made in my
yourself?
My
like
43.
You had to make them yourself.
Yes, exactly. I didn't know why I was having to make these adaptations, or why I had to be so resilient, or why, but now I know these things, and I know that I've already made quite a lot of adaptations, and now I'm learning how to make them work for me.
Yeah.
And work for the things that I want to do. I really want to be able to keep going to the theatre and performing in stage productions, but I find line learning difficult.
Yeah, line learning, me too, and like remembering songs and things. And and it's really interesting because neurodivergent people, you're not the only person to say this. I think creativity and neurodivergency are like another word I can't say.
No,
linked.
I know what you mean.
Are
Yes.
linked very much so, and even if you're looking at drag, like, isn't that a whole like sphere of that? Like, I'm using my neurodiversity without realizing it. I love the dressing up. I love the makeup. I like, the performance of it. The creativity
the
coming up,
thinking,
outside thinking, coming up with little routines and like little movements and all of that. And I look back on it now when I'm as an adult, and I'm like, oh,
you're an adult. Look at you.
When I'm looking back at my childhood.
Well, when I look around and go, oh, okay, we need an adult here, and then I realise that I'm the oldest person in the room, that's quite worrying.
No, it's fine. You're
we
lovely.
have to wrap up now. So thank you so much for coming to join us. Really enjoyed having you here, and we'll have to get you in again because we've still so much more to talk about bonobos and hamsters and Pringles tubes and everything. And
it's clear. Thanks for having me. It's just been a joy.
You're very welcome.
Joy.
So that was episode 15 of Queerly Biz from Rainbow Assured. I'm Kerry King. Over and out. See you next time.